Hey guys, my name's Carl. I post on Pinside as His Boy Elroy. I picked up this 72 Midway haunted house a few months back, and I've been working on restoring it mechanically, trying to get it to work. It has a couple of problems, one of which is the sound. There's no sound, and I found a possible solution for it, and I wanted to put a quick video together just to show what I've been working on. The thing about Haunted House is it used state-of-the-art audio technology from 1972 in the form of this 8-track player. Now, this is a proprietary 8-track player. It has two heads on it, and I think that the idea was that one head played the background sound all the time, and the other head jumped among the other three channels for witch, cat, and monster hits. Couple of problems. You know, this tape, when I got it, had the tape hanging out, and it was pretty well mangled. I was, you know, unlike a cassette, with a cassette you could stick a pencil in and tighten up the tape, rewind it. But with these 8-track tapes, you have to open up the case, and I did that, and I actually ironed the tape. There's videos on how to do that on YouTube, and I went through all the trouble of doing that, and I got the tape to a point where I think that it might work. But then I pulled the 8-track player out of the game, and I found this. This is the belt, and I'm no expert, but I don't think that player is going to work as expected without that belt. So there was actually a gentleman online who sold replacement tapes and belts, but it appears that his website is kind of defunct now, and I don't think he's operating it anymore. Anyway, so I thought before I invest any more time into this 8-track player, I would try to develop a new solution, and I came up with this sound card, and I was able to download the MP3 files for Haunted House sounds. And I went through a lot of trial and error. I've been working on this for a few weeks, but I've got it to the point where, you know, I had to convert them to, I think there were 8-bit mono sounds, and I had to convert them to a different format. And on the plus side, it's stereo now. And I've got it hooked up to this card that will play sounds based on inputs, and those inputs can be switch hits. So, and I've got this primitive soundboard here. Some of you may recognize that as the baseboard for a Bally bingo machine, but I was able to use the switches to kind of demonstrate what I'm doing here. So here are some of the sounds for the witch hits on Haunted House.
You whippersnapper, that didn't hurt. I'll be back.
And here's the monster.
Oh. Good shot, buddy.
And here's the cat. And this first switch is set to play the background music, so the idea is that I would hook that background switch, you know, hook the wires up to either the start button or maybe the game over relay. The cat switch could be hooked to the in the back. There's a relay for cat hit, monster hit, and witch hit, and I would hook all three of these switches up to the corresponding relays.
That hurt.
And then there's a stop switch that turns the whole thing off. That would be hooked up to the game over relay. Anyway, I'm at the point now where I think I could actually plug this thing into the game and hook it up to all the relays and make it work. I've also got volume up and volume down on here. After I've converted all these sounds to the right format and converted them to stereo, on the plus side, you could replace that speaker in the cabinet with a pair of speakers, and eventually I hope to add some custom sounds to the game. Maybe put some shot sounds in, and I don't know. I thought maybe record some sounds or take some waves from Wizard of Oz and get some better witch sounds, that kind of stuff. A couple of different possibilities. And on the plus side too, when you hit each of these switches, it'll play
That didn't hurt.
each individual track.
You got me.
Whereas the tape player would jump from track to track, and it seemed to me, based on the videos that I've watched on YouTube of the game being played, it seems like it might pick up at the end of one track and play the beginning of the next. And you know, this solution here will play each track in its entirety. So, a couple advantages. The big advantage, obviously, is that it's not an 8-track player, and it's easily replaceable. So, anyway, I just wanted to kind of showcase what I've been working on. This is version 1. It needs some refining, but I think at this point that it's attainable, and that I'll have something that I can use within a relatively short period of time. Anyway, thanks for watching.